What's up, cereal bowls? It's your favorite crazy cereal, InsaneAppleJackz, here once again with the Atomic Game Squad. How are you all doing? Because I'm doing super duper chill. Hopefully you all are doing well as well, and I can provide you with your vitamins and nutrients for your entertainment breakfast, because today we're here for another video. In today's video, what are we going to be talking about, Apple? Recent events. Recent events such as what? Well, recently, guys, depending on when I sit up here and put this, so keep that in parameter or something mustachio. What? Why did you put that disclaimer there? Because Apple may not edit this right away. What? Why not? Because that's a problem for future Apple. And if we put this disclaimer now, then future Apple is covered. Is he? Not necessarily. But back to the topic at hand. Recent events have had a mega super ultra cool thing happen known as an eclipse. What's an eclipse, Apple? It's when the sun gets in the way of the moon. Other way around, Apple. It's when the moon gets in the way of the sun. There you go. Smarticles. Well, recently we had a super cool big ultra eclipse, and it's one of the first ones that's a full solar eclipse in over 100 years? What? Well, that's at least what data tells me. And, I actually ended up missing it. And it's one of those things that really bums me out that I ended up missing it. Now, granted, I was super on the fence about science when I was a kid. Like, I was really into it, but when a teacher would ask me to do certain things, I was also like, nah, I'm good on science fair. Stuff like that, right? But I still had a love for science. And oddly enough, I'm super sad I missed it, because it feels like one of those things that you should experience during your life, because how mystical and majestic it is. And I know there's quote-unquote supposed to be another one soonish from what I Google, but it also just feels like a constant letdown of myself for missing something like this, because it's something where a lot of people will be like meh to it, but there's a certain amount of things that no matter what you do, you can't capture it yourself in life. It doesn't matter how big you get. It doesn't matter how much money you have in life. Sometimes for certain things, like, I don't care who you are. You can't sit up here and ever make enough money to pay somebody to be like, move the moon in front of the sun. I would like to experience one eclipse. And while it's one of those things where it's mundane to think in your day-to-day life, I need to experience this natural thing, really considering how detached we are from nature and stuff like that in our everyday lives, it's still the beauty of stuff around us and trying to take it in sometimes that makes it feel like, damn, maybe I should pause for a little bit. Maybe I should just pull back for a little bit. And the saddest thing was, when I sat up here and realized I wasn't going to have a way to actually see the eclipse, at this moment where my brain flashed back to childhood, and I was having a memory of the show Recess. Now, if you remember Recess, shout out to you. that was that show back in the day. I used to rush home on a regular to sit up here and watch that after school. When they showed it days before school sometimes, because it was a rare occasion and they would mix up the schedule sometimes and just have it on before school, I'd be like, yep, yep. It's probably the reason why I missed some school to an extent, and it was just like, yep. Look at those kids at school doing fun things. I should probably go do that. Anyway, besides the point, I feel like I let down Gretchen Runwer. I had that whole moment of, damn, there was a whole episode about the eclipse. She had everything set up. She made her own little eclipse viewer. She was just out there, and she got to experience something that's super magical. And that seems pretty crazy to sit up here and relate yourself to a fictional character and then talk about how you missed out on a life experience like that. But it was what came to mind. It was just like, wow. Something that a lot of people will take for granted, but you're just going to sit here and kind of like miss out on it at the same time. I feel absent from existence due to that or something like that. Another big one that I missed recently, and it's not super recent, but it was like back in April. I don't know if you guys remember this one, but it was supposed to be like a supermoon, and it was going to be like a pink tint. It was supposed to have a pinkish tint to it. Man, I remember seeing everybody that I hung out with that night posting pictures of it on like Facebook and stuff, and that's cool and all, but I wanted to be outside looking at that myself, and I can't remember the exact reason right now why I didn't go out and look at it, but like, to have secondhand experience, yeah, that's still beautiful, to be able to be like, oh yeah, I can look at this whenever I want to, because technology is so fascinating, and technology X, Y, and Z, but, you know, it doesn't invoke the same emotion when you look at a picture that's been pre-rendered or pre-designated sometimes. Yeah, you can create an emotion off of something like that, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the emotion that you would have had from the initial experience it yourself if you had done it yourself. I mean, it's tiny things like that that make you think, how detached are we sometimes? And it's not necessarily something I have an answer for. It varies for every person, and it's something I just kind of wanted to raise. So, while this was on my mind, I figured, why not have this quick little whatchamadigget about it? It's not a rant, it's not necessarily a story time, but it's a something. And with that in mind, I guess I got it off my chest, so I'm gonna pass you guys over to the end of the box. And we are back at the end of the box where we just sat up here and finished another super duper amazing video. Big thumbs up to everybody that watched this video, and super duper big thumbs up to everybody that watched this video all the way through. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you for checking out this video. If you did enjoy this, be sure to sit up here and give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. That button works too. To anybody that wants to sit up here and talk about the video, whether you just want to say hello, what's up, how's it going, or actually sit up here and say something about what I said, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll get to you as soon as possible, as always. On the side, there are some videos right there if you want to check out some other stuff, and as always in the description, there are my social media links if you want to check that out. But with all that being said, what? Wait, Apple, what about the new guys? The new guys? Well, if you're new here and you want to catch more of this stuff, feel free to hit that sub button and become a part of the Cereal Nation, the greatest nation on the internet. If you ain't know it, now you know it. But with all that being said, much, much, much peace out. That's a wrap, and I'll catch you guys later.